This is the CC Radio Podcast.
The weekly show where we discuss our favorite things from popular culture. My name is Kay.
And my name is Troy. Thanks for joining us. This week, we're catching up on all the massive news from the past month or so.
Because it's been a big news month, Troy.
It has been a big news month. It's been a massive news month.
Honestly, probably the biggest news month ever in pop culture.
If you throw in all the, Avengers Endgame news and the Shazam stuff and like all that sort of stuff, which we're probably not really going to talk about too much, then yes, it's one of the biggest ever. But before we get into that, there's a couple of things you guys can do to help support the show.
First thing you can do is leave us a 5-star review on iTunes saying all kinds of nice things.
Or you can visit patreon.com/ComicConPod and help support the show and score yourself a whole bunch of other podcasts, I guess they're called.
I believe that's
the name of this thing that we do.
It's really good because now is a good time to get onto that because we are going to be reviewing Bird Box for our Netflix and Chat podcast.
Yeah, you know that 6-month-old movie Bird Box?
Isn't that old?
It's got to be pushing it.
No way.
It'd be like 3 months old.
No, it couldn't be that old.
3 months. I reckon it came out in January or December.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Maybe.
100%. We'll look it up after this.
Okay.
And, we'll find out how old this movie is we're going to review next week. But we've also got another thing starting up. It's like an advice podcast, if that's what you want to call it. The world's worst advice podcast.
That's right.
Called Great Mates.
Yep, so you can get early access to that. We're going to be recording our, what do they call that? A pilot episode. Very shortly, so you'll be able to get access to that. That's going to get released to the public, but if you want to be part of that, jump onto our website and you'll see there's a Great Mates little tab on there, and you can supply a question. Anything that you want to ask us, you can.
You get one episode.
One episode.
Everyone gets one.
Yep.
And then no one gets any more.
That's right.
Yeah, unless it's Patreon.
We should sell it. It'd be like that Wu-Tang album.
Yeah.
Release it to one person for $1 million.
Well, they didn't release it to him. They sold it. Like they were selling it. And Martin Shkreli, good old Shkreli, Smelly Shkreli, I call him. He bought it up.
He was the guy that
He jacked up the price for I don't know what it was. Some sort of medicine.
AIDS medication?
Maybe AIDS medication. Yeah. I don't know enough about it. I don't want to get into it.
That's not what we're about.
That's not what we're about. But I do like some Wu-Tang, so there is that.
Do you reckon it was a good album? Imagine if it was just shit.
It's Wu-Tang.
Of course it's good.
As if it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
No, they've made some shit. But for the most part, consistently, one of the greatest rap groups to ever live.
Look, I'm not going to deny it. You're right.
All right,
100%.
All right, what's the last thing?
The last thing that you can do is join our Comic Confidential listener community on Facebook. So simply jump on there and find us and 350,000.
I think it's grown.
Yeah, it exploded over the last week.
It's grown to 350,000 people.
Yeah, it's insane. It's bigger than a city now, Troy.
It is. It's bigger than our city, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
350,000 other people in there just dropping sick memes non-stop.
Oh my God, you can't even keep up with the memes.
I honestly can't. I don't get notifications. It's weird.
Really?
I'm going to have to talk to you about that off air.
Okay.
And figure out what the hell's going on with my Facebook. Because I don't know tech stuff.
Wow.
What I do know is news. All right? So let's get into that. This week's show is pretty damn simple. We don't get to talk about the news much anymore, so we're going to talk about the damn news. All right? You guys didn't ask for it, but we're going to deliver it anyway. It's our super mega happy time, fun, special news week. What are we going to talk about?
Ooh, what's the first thing you want to talk about? Let's talk about the biggest news of the week.
The biggest news?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about it then.
Okay.
The Disney deal.
The Disney deal.
Yes.
It's happened, baby.
It has happened.
We touched on it last week. We said last week was Disney Day. That was March 20th, 2019.
That's right.
And
the day the world ended.
The day the world ended. The day Disney took over.
Yep.
The day of mouse.
The day of mouse.
Yeah.
The day of the mouse reckoning.
The Pied Piper left town.
What are your thoughts on this now that it has actually come to fruition?
It's amazing. It's kind of like this is those things that you talk about to your kids. Back in the day, there was once a rumor that Disney was going to buy everything in the world.
Yeah, we were there, kids. We were there the day that Disney started its world domination.
You know what's quite amazing?
Yeah.
Is that every generation from here on out is going to have an amazing shared universe. They're not going to know the struggle that we went through from 2004 onwards.
Yeah. My concern is that the future generations are going to be... Have you ever seen those images of like North Korea where it's like all the soldiers lined up in perfect formation with the same haircuts, and then there's the big, huge like banner sort of picture of like Kim Jong-un or whoever it is at the moment in the background? That's going to be us. Then everyone's going to be wearing Disney ears. Right?
Yes,
we're going to be lined up in perfect formation. We're going to be, going to war for Disney, and there's going to be a giant picture of Mickey Mouse in the background, and it is going to be a nightmare. It's going to be... This is what the nightmare sequence from BVS was all about.
Oh, wow.
Which we'll talk about later.
Yeah, absolutely. Jumping ahead of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is amazing because, it's all free games. So they've been really tight-lipped about like what's going to be happening in Phase 4. Obviously, because of this, there's a couple of movies that they're kind of unknown movies in the slate.
Yep.
So I'm wondering if they're kind of bookmarking some stuff that's obviously some Fox characters.
X-Men vs. Inhumans, baby.
Oh, can you imagine?
Ooh.
That'd be pretty good.
Give us an Inhumans movie first.
Well, hey, we got an Inhumans TV show,
didn't we?
Wasn't
I
that
wish we didn't, but we did.
Now, I'm just going to put like a disclaimer out. We're going through a massive storm at the moment.
Yeah.
We could lose power at any time.
Okay.
So if you
Good
hear
to
this,
know.
if you hear this cut off and we just randomly jump back in, that's what's happening.
Or if we cut off and you never hear from us again.
We died. Yeah.
We died in that storm.
Yeah.
The storm of March 27th or whatever it is, 28th, 2019. I don't even know what the date is anymore.
It's the 28th.
It's the 28th, yeah. That storm of March 28th.
But this is really exciting because it's open game now. Everything's on the table. The only thing is they still have that like weird deal with Universal for the Hulk, but no one wants a Hulk movie on his own.
Don't they?
No.
I do.
Do you?
There are some weird characters that are still owned by other sort of things.
Is there any of like, I guess, great mention?
Oh, look, other than, when you're getting into like all the extended SpiderMan universe, which is still owned by Sony.
Oh, yeah.
That sort of thing. I think there's some I believe, don't get me wrong, Universal holds the rights to like Namor the Submariner still.
Well, there's rumors that that's going to be one of the blank movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you remember back in the day, I've spoken about this on the show before, so we've been doing this show for about 3 years, and this happened way before the show ever came to fruition. The Rock was attached to play Namor the Submariner.
I can see that.
Can you see that?
Absolutely.
Have you seen Baywatch?
Yeah.
And you still see it?
Yeah,
Have you seen any Rock movie? Have you actually paid attention to a Rock movie?
Look, to be honest, Marvel movies aren't really known for their super great dialogue and in-depth storytelling.
Yeah.
So I think The Rock is going to fit.
Well, look, here's the thing, though. I don't see the Submariner as having the body of The Rock. I feel like, and it could just be an underwater thing, sure, right? But like imagine more like a Michael Phelps or a Thorpe.
You know what? That makes much more sense because weight is
He's swimming
different.
all the time.
Yeah, weight's different underwater.
Yeah. But just this big, lean, jacked dude with Thorpe-sized feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I want. That's how I see the Submariner, yeah. So if we don't get that, I don't want it.
It's fair.
Universal can keep it.
And I want him to be like old as fuck.
Yeah.
Because Submariner is like Marvel's first superhero ever.
Yeah, yeah.
So it only seems fitting that he is old.
So he's like actually the age that he would be if he was created, back in the 30s or whatever. Yeah, so it's just some like 100-year-old dude.
That's all I want.
Just coming out, he's like, oh, you young kids forgot about me. Just shaking his fist on his porch.
Stop loitering in the ocean.
On his underwater porch. Here's the thing. I'm going to miss Fox a bit.
Are you?
You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to miss that opening. I don't think we'll get that anymore. I think the twin searchlights and all that sort of stuff. I like that shit, man.
It's illegal to look at now.
Yeah, you're not allowed to. Yeah, not even allowed to mention it.
Well, what's interesting, Troy, is...
Don't tell me that you didn't sing along to that thing every fucking time that it came on.
Everyone did, Troy.
Now what are you going to do, sing the Disney theme? Yeah. No one even knows what that is. Is it Let It Go? That's all I know. I don't know. Is it Let It Go from Frozen?
Maybe.
All right, it should be.
That's all that plays at the front of Disney movies.
Yeah.
No, what's really cool, Troy, is there was a lot of other universes that got bought up by this.
Yeah.
We got the Xenomorphs and...
I thought you were going to say the Xena universe.
The Xena universe. and Hercules.
Xena Warrior Princess reboot coming in 2020 with Lucy Lawless still in the same role.
Can she? That'd be amazing. Look, we got the Xenomorphs and the Predator in this deal.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Disney can make a better Predator movie.
Now,
let's be honest.
Wouldn't it be kind of cool if we had like Xenomorphs in the MCU?
Would it?
I think it'd be pretty rad.
I'd like to see a Marvel Zombies film.
That'll be cool. They'll never do it.
Just randomly, but...
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Why not?
Nah.
Imagine finishing off Phase 3...
With zombies.
With Marvel Zombies. Just as a one-shot. Just a one-shot movie. So you've still got all the actors, right? Still contracted. And they just decide to do this fucking weird Elseworlds Marvel Zombies movie. And then they can all retire. Telling me you wouldn't want that?
I want that, but fuck, Troy. The casual moviegoer would be like, I'm so confused.
Hey, fuck them.
Yeah, because that's what Disney's gonna say.
You know what I mean? They're gonna be like, you know what? Fuck them casuals.
Yeah. Only hardcore fans. Yeah.
Deserve this movie.
And then they'll do...
We're going to give it to the 7 of them that deserve this movie.
They'll have Deadpool in it, and he kills the universe.
Oh.
That turns them into zombies.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, it's just... It's perfect.
That actually could work.
I would pay good money to see a Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe movie.
Yeah, that would be good.
With the same actors, though.
Yeah, has to be.
You know what I mean? Ooh, that's good.
I want that. Someone make that happen. Disney.
I want a good Punisher movie.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
They can't use the characters for another 2 years, though.
Like, at all?
At all.
So can't make a movie, can't do anything?
No. 2 years.
So can they start?
No.
So they can't even start?
No, so that's at least 5 years away.
Oh, fuck. Honestly.
But did you see, just talking to that they're actually, they're doing set auctions? So they're selling all the set stuff from all the Marvel TV, the Netflix TV series.
Yeah, I really want to get my hands on that classic Luke Cage outfit, the hoodie.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy, I'd love to pay tens of thousands of dollars
for a hoodie. Just a shit old hoodie.
With some holes
It's got holes in it now.
Yeah.
It's like a moth. If I want like a moth-ridden hoodie, I'd go to my own closet. Or the Iron Fist fucking pants. What do you even wear?
The best.
You know what I mean?
You know what? There's some pretty cool stuff on there.
I want those Jessica Jones jeans.
Oh, are they even selling them? I thought there was nothing from... Oh, no, they can't sell anything from Jessica Jones yet.
It's not over.
Yeah.
I need it.
Yeah. Sorry, we can't sell that just yet.
Well, it's all done. Like, it's coming out soon.
Yeah.
So, it's probably done.
Is anyone even going to fucking watch it?
I'll watch the shit out of it.
Yeah?
Yep.
You and who else?
Me and... I don't know. Several friends. We're going to have a viewing party.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can I come?
They're not going to know.
Oh, wow.
They're not going to know it's for Jessica Jones season 3. But I'm going to trap them in the house Saw style. And then the only way they can escape is by watching the entirety of Jessica Jones season 3.
Or cutting their leg off.
They got 2 choices.
I know which one I'll be taking.
Yeah. It's not going to be that bad.
Well, I don't know.
All right. Anything else you want to say about Disney Fox deal? We didn't even really talk about it much. I think it's massive. I think it's massively scary in a way.
Yeah, like having that much power.
Yeah, I think it's, I fear for the indie movie. I do. Well, you don't care about indies.
When was the last time you watched an indie movie?
I literally watch indie movies every day.
I'm watching one right. I'm watching one right now. It's about this depressing podcaster.
No, look,
who says he watches indie movies.
It depends on what you classify as a true indie, right? I probably don't watch true indies. But
I want you to watch things that go to art house festivals.
I don't know if I'm there yet.
Yeah, don't call yourself an indie movie watcher though.
But there are a lot of things that are out there that are still very, very good. That don't have the budget of these things and stuff like that, and I worry that they're not going to get the funding because companies just can't afford to do it anymore because Fox or Disney now is taking up 80% of the fucking box office takings, and nobody else is going to see any other movies because they can't.
I reckon it's going to have a positive effect on these smaller movies because they're going to have a lot more, I guess, creative control because. Yeah. The larger companies aren't going to really be mucking around with them because it's like, well, why do we need to worry about that movie about a lake house and you can go back in time and
the lake house,
yeah. But things like that because it's kind of like we don't need to fuck with that no more because
that had Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves in it. Yeah, that's not an indie movie.
Those indie TV movie stars.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking
it's
more
small indie movies like The Matrix and stuff like that.
Yeah. I was thinking more movies like Upgrade. Did you ever see Upgrade? The better Venom movie.
No, I didn't.
It's very good.
I heard it's very good.
Yeah. Small budget.
Of $80 million.
No, I think it was like 2 or something.
Oh, okay. That's legit.
Yeah. So I'm talking 10 million less of a budget.
Yeah.
Remember Chronicle? Did you ever see Chronicle?
I love Chronicle.
Yeah.
Chronicle should be an actual franchise.
Yeah. Well, it should have been. It's probably too late for it now. But I'm pretty sure that was around an $8 to $10 million budget for that as well. So that's kind of what I'm talking about.
We should do an episode on movies under a certain budget.
Best
budget movies.
Best budget movies.
Yeah.
For your budget.
For best. How can we word this?
Best movies on a budget.
Yeah.
We'll workshop it.
Yeah, something better.
All right, let's move on to another one. Do you want to talk about? This is probably some of the older news, so we'll talk about this quickly. We'll get this out of the way. James Gunn is back in the MCU, baby.
Oh,
we haven't spoken about this yet.
Reload, baby.
Reload. Back for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 as director. He's already written the script, so that's done. But he's back. How do you feel?
It's going to be interesting because he is also penned on to do Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So essentially, these movies are very similar. Well, I guess these franchises, Suicide Squad, a bunch of ragtags put together.
Yep.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Bunch of sexier ragtags put together.
A little bit more polished.
Yep.
But yeah, it's kind of are you copying your homework and just changing it a bit? Is how I see this.
Maybe, but I think what he has with Suicide Squad that he won't have with Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is that free reign to kind of be a little bit more in his own element, which is horror. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So, he has, if it's done right, and if Warner Brothers, don't stick their fingers in it anymore, and we all know that the CEO of Warner Brothers Entertainment, Kevin Tsujihara, is gone.
Gonskis, mate. Catchyoulater.com/that dickhead.
That dickhead. That's what you get when you sexually harass people. Reportedly, but probably. So fuck that guy.
Well, he fucked that movie.
But Suicide Squad, if they do it right and they do it, to a higher rating, and they put faces on monsters for starters. Got to put faces on monsters, baby. I want to see.
I want to see
in their eye when they
see
die.
Their death.
Yeah.
I want to see their soul leave their body.
I want a close up.
And a sword.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I knew what you're getting at. I don't think she's in the movie though. But yeah, so you could really play on that whole sort of horror-ish element with that.
I would really like a horror themed Suicide Squad movie.
What about a horror themed X-Men movie?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a New Mutants or something.
That would be good.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That has gone I'm gonna tangent on that.
Okay.
That has gone into reshoots again.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Fuck on.
It was due mid-April.
Yeah.
That's not happening then.
The movie's gone.
Is it gone, or are they just going to push it back for the Disney streaming service?
Well, there's every chance that it will just be a direct to TV type of thing.
Yeah.
But would you even bother?
Well, I mean, it's dropping a major movie on Netflix.
Maybe.
I'll still watch that. But how that works out is very fucking hit and miss, mind you.
But you got to remember, Troy, this movie it's been in production for like 3 years?
70 years.
There's children in that movie.
That are adults now.
Yeah. Like, they've fucked that movie.
Well, I think Macy Williams from Game of Thrones was the youngest, yeah? At like 16?
Yeah, possibly.
Maybe? When it was happening?
She's at least 30 now.
She's 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be, by the time it comes out, she's going to be an old woman. We'll be dead.
Yeah.
We can't even talk about this movie. So
it's going to be like the Titanic remade, young at the start, old at the end.
All right, well, let's not talk about it then. But look, I hope it comes out.
I really
still
wanted
want to see it.
I was so excited for that movie.
Yeah, I was very keen for it too, but,
But
whatever.
Yeah, give me a horror-themed Suicide Squad.
Yeah, horror-ish themed. But so that's what James Gunn can bring to that. Look, there are plenty of reports that they always had planned to bring him back at some point. They were never looking at other directors, all this sort of stuff. But I think they listened to the backlash. But reportedly, the Disney chairman, Alan Horn, was really impressed with how James Gunn handled it. He never blamed Disney, took it on the chin, had kind of disappeared for a while, but had a lot of support from, people in the industry. Still got jobs, obviously,
Went and started doing Brightburn.
Yeah, wrote Brightburn, friggin', got a job for the competition in DC. So it's kind of like, what are you going to do?
Oh, shit, I don't want to share him.
Yeah.
I'll get him back.
It's like a kid without his toy.
That's mine.
So we won't stay on that for too long because that is old news, but I'm very happy to see James come back.
I'm super excited for that.
Hells yes. You want to talk about some trailers?
Oh, let's have a bit of a trailer showdown.
Trailer showdown. We've got 3. We've actually got a lot more than that, but I do not want to see a goddamn Avengers Endgame trailer.
Why not?
I don't want to see anything.
Have you not seen the most recent one?
No. I don't want to see anything.
Do you know what, though? The directors have come out and...
Oh, yeah, of course they have.
Yeah, they said, a lot of that's bullshit footage.
Well, that's probably not true. But they've also come out and said that it only really touches on, the first 15 minutes or something.
Which I don't believe either.
I don't believe either. I just don't want to see any of it.
If you're a Russo, you're known as a liar.
Yeah.
Dirty liars.
So, here's the thing. Scene 1, I've seen the very first trailer that dropped. I think I might have seen the second one. Don't know. Can't remember. Not seeing it anymore. I'm going
to play a third one before you leave. I'm going to tie you to a chair.
On every TV. You're gonna put me in a Saw situation.
Yeah.
Where I've either got to watch this thing or cut off my own leg. But we've got a couple anyway. We've got a couple that we're going to talk about. I don't want to talk about Shazam because I'm not watching any of those either.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they're good.
I haven't watched one since the first trailer.
You know what, though? They're recycling a lot of footage.
I jumped on Twitter. Almost spoiled the entire movie for me.
Why?
Well, it's just because it's out in the States, right?
Oh, yeah. Of course, they got it the week before us.
Yeah. So everybody's just like, Shazam this, Shazam this, Shazam this. Everybody's putting their 2 cents forward about how Shazam is. And I don't want to hear any of it. I don't even want to hear my own opinion until I've seen the movie.
Got news for you, mate. No one else does either.
Well, several people will. Okay, at some point.
All those people that want to hear Troy's opinion on Shazam, let us know.
All my family members listen to this show. But anyway, we're going to talk about a couple, some of the bigger of the ones that aren't the biggest.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
The indie size.
The indie size trailers. Yeah. Dora the Explorer is one of them. Dora and the Lost City of Gold.
Look, I'm going to go on record and say I didn't hate this.
Yeah, or as I like to call it, Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle 2.
Yeah, 1.5.
1.5.
Yeah. Jumanji Jr.
Jumanji Jr.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
This looked pretty good. It looked like a lot of fun. The monkey is the worst CGI I've ever seen in my life.
I point to the deer from previous seasons of The Walking Dead.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah, well, that's a TV show.
It's a big TV show.
But it's not a movie.
All right, okay, fine. I'll give you that.
Yeah, so look, this actually looks like a lot of fun. And obviously I don't know anything about Dora the Explorer at all.
How?
Well,
You have a child, Cade.
Yeah, my child is 6 months old.
That is perfect time to
Perfect
start
age to
getting them
introduce.
to learn Spanish.
That's fair. Look, she's too busy watching The Walking Dead with me.
Fair.
So, she hasn't got time for Dora the fucking Explorer, mate.
All right. He's up. It's a kid's show.
Is it?
You have to swear. I like it. I think it looks pretty fun. Am I going to see it at the cinema? Oh, I don't know if I can do that.
No way. I will never see this at the cinema. Why is that grown man going to watch
I'm
a
going to borrow your kid.
Yeah.
I'm going to borrow your 6-month-old baby and I'm going to go to the cinema and I'm going to watch this movie.
There needs to be a service like Rent a Child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's just a midget because you can't actually take people's kids.
Yeah, that's
but it's like
illegal.
it's like a midget dressed as a child.
Or you just become a babysitter and say, hey, we're going to go to the movies today.
Well, that's a good idea. And you get paid.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Double win, baby.
All right. I feel like it is pretty much like very much in the vein of Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's going to be a much better adventure flick than Tomb Raider from last year.
Oh, absolutely.
Which I watched, I want to say half an hour of.
Did you?
And then I turned it off. Just like, you know what?
This ain't for me.
I don't have time.
Wow.
I don't have time for this.
Did you pay money for it?
No. How did I get it?
Did you magic it?
I think it was
You
it was
magicked it?
magic. Because it's not on Netflix, is it? No. Yeah, it was magic.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Look, I magicked it from the air.
Wow.
And thank God I did.
There you go.
Because it just never captured me. Never.
Wow.
In half an hour anyway.
There you go.
I gave it a solid half hour.
It's fair.
Yeah. But, I seen this trailer and I'm like, hell yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I'll
keen for
watch
this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, like, at home. But, One thing that I'm pretty keen on is Stranger Things Season 3, Troy.
Oh, yes.
Now, these kids are growing up.
Very quickly.
Like, insanely quickly.
Right before our eyes.
Yeah, they're at this age where they're obviously going through all their growth spurts, and they're going to be adults next season.
They're going to have to wrap it up pretty soon.
Yeah, they will.
But they can be there's no reason why they can't be teenagers.
They could be very cool as teenagers.
Yeah.
What's going to happen to the babysitter?
He's going to be 40.
He's going to go to college. He's going to do drugs and he's going to die.
This is a whole Dawson's Creek scenario again, where everybody gets too old and they're not in high school anymore.
That's
and they all
right.
go to separate colleges and the show just doesn't work anymore.
But it has John Wesley Shipp still in his buff ass.
No, he died.
Oh.
Spoilers for Dawson's Creek from late 90s, early 2000s.
I feel sad now.
But John Wesley Shipp's character dies somewhere in, I think it's like the 4th season.
What, that early?
There's only like 5 or 6.
No, that show went for 20 seasons.
It's still going.
Yeah.
Some say it's still.
It's the supernatural of the teenage world.
Anyway, yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I think it still works when they're young teens. I
Yeah.
think that's fine. I think they can still kick on.
They can get up to 5 seasons.
Well,
I reckon.
that'd effectively be Steve's age.
Yeah.
And yeah, he can just go to college or whatever. I've got a feeling he's probably going to die in this season.
I reckon he will. By that big fucking creature thing.
The Demogorgon on steroids.
Yeah, what's going on with these creatures, man?
The Rockagorgon.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's like one of those friggin' dogs from The Predator, your favorite movie of 2018.
Like, I've already made a Predator reference. You don't need to make a Predator reference now, because now you've just got me thinking about how stupid and pointless those goddamn Predator dogs were.
They're pretty good, though.
They were not.
What about when it got shot in the head and then it became nice?
And then it's just their friend.
Yeah.
Like, that makes fucking perfect sense.
So good.
And it's just got like this, like apparently just like a normal dog. Because it's just like a normal dog.
It is.
It likes to play fetch.
Yeah.
Because that's real.
Yeah. Unless it's my dog. And then it wouldn't bring it back. And you tried to take the stick off it and run away with it.
I don't even. How does Olivia Munn's character know how to like pick handcuffs? She's a goddamn.
She's a scientist, man.
She's a scientist.
She worked out the calculations.
She worked at John Hopkins fucking university.
Yeah. That university is well known for lockpicking.
All I wanted is just at some point for them to say that she grew up as an army brat or something. You know, she was with her dad, who was like a fucking soldier, and she lived on bases, and she just picked up these fucking things as she went.
Yeah, so what do you think of Stranger Things?
No, we are revisiting the Predator right now.
Look, that dog is pretty insane. Or whatever that creature is.
Yeah. It's a Demogorgon.
Yeah.
On steroids.
It's amazing.
Look, I think this looks really cool. But I've loved every season of Stranger Things so far.
Yeah.
It
really hasn't done a single thing wrong.
Yeah.
It's one of these weird TV shows that is, like, it creates its own rules.
Yeah.
So whatever it does is, it's kind of like golden.
Yeah, and I like the fact that they are growing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not just little screechy kids. They're getting some character about them and stuff like that. And
Blink
I like
182 would say this is growing up.
And there's going to be some young romance and stuff. It's going to be nice. All right, let's move on. There is, because the opposite of nice.
John Wick 3.
John Wick Chapter 3. John Wick Parabellum. Because he's not nice in this. He's just killing people left, right, and center.
It's amazing. Like, this is probably one of my first real looks at John Wick.
Yeah.
And I watched it here with you, like, literally minutes ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's a lot of knives.
Yeah. Like, just throwing multiple knives into a dude's chest when he's already got a knife in him on the ground.
Yeah.
That's overkill. That's too many knives.
He's double dead now.
I suppose he can't come back.
Yeah.
It looks really good. John Wick 1 is still fucking brilliant. John Wick 2, brilliant too. Not as brilliant as first one, but still brilliant. You know what I'm saying? And then John Wick Chapter 3 is going to be amazing. Just going to lose myself. I'm just going to lose my mind.
I might do a binge. Like, watch all the movies back to back.
You should.
Yeah.
I feel like you should. They're easy to get. I think Netflix has at least John Wick 2.
I saw them on streaming things.
Stan has like one or something. I don't know.
Yeah, how ridiculous is that?
I don't know. I don't know why Netflix chooses like the 5th movie in a friggin' in a franchise to play. But they got all the Fast and Furiouses, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, we still need to do a Fast and Furious binge.
Yeah, I don't want to, but I'll do it.
Look,
I'll do it for you.
Our episodes
till the end of the line,
banked out.
Yeah,
but I want to do one a week.
How?
An episode?
No, fuck off.
We're gonna. Oh, you know what?
I am not subjecting. Our listeners
to Fast and Furious
to 8 weeks of Fast and Furious episodes.
Let's do it.
No,
to Hobbs and Shaw.
Look, all right. I'll put it out to the people who are listening. Right, if you guys want 8 weeks straight of Fast and Furious episodes, you let us know and we'll do it. If you don't want it, also let us know. If no one says anything, we'll flip a coin.
Okay. We'll put a poll up in our listener community.
No.
Because they'll say yes.
Oh, they'll say yes just to spite me now.
Yeah.
Look, some favourite TV shows coming to an end, Cade.
Yeah, absolutely. Thankfully, Arrow.
Arrow is one of them. Arrow is finishing up season 7 as we speak. And they're going to do a shortened 10 episode, I believe. Season 8. Which,
to my calculations, lines up just after the Crisis on Infinite Earths 18 show crossover.
Yeah. Oliver Queen's gonna die.
He's gonna die.
But here's the thing. They should have just done 10 episodes from the start.
Of every season.
Of every season.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You don't need to do 22. That's what's hurting all of these shows. Is that, you'll get a good episode and you go, well, that was pretty good. And you go, I'll be back next week. And then they give you 6 weeks of fucking bullshit filler and then another couple of good episodes.
Yeah, look, what they really need to do is take a chapter out of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes.
I guess, playbook, where they do little arcs throughout the season.
Yeah. It definitely worked for them. I know Arrow sort of does that, but they still do it over 22 episodes. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did that and over 13.
Yeah, and they end it. They end those stories.
Yeah, and they still had 3 distinct, in season 4 anyway, they had 3 distinct arcs over 13 episodes. You could not be entertained.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? There was always something new happening. Not 22 episodes of, like, whatever the fuck happens on Arrow. You know what I mean? I'm watching this season. I don't know what happens.
Oh, man. I hear he's not even the Arrow.
He's not. Or is he now? I don't know. I haven't come back from the mid-season break.
Ah, okay.
So
I haven't even started.
Prior to the mid-season break, wasn't an Arrow.
Okay.
It wasn't Arrow. I think he was
Oliver Queen.
Going to be a cop.
Oh, really?
He was joining the coppers.
Can mayors be cops? Can criminals be cops?
He was exonerated.
Oh, okay.
Well, he wasn't. I don't know what happened. No one cares.
Judge just said, "Get out of here, mate."
Well, I was going to
Boys
say,
will be boys.
ooh, you little rapscallion. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to finish up after season 7, so we're about to go to season 6. Then we'll get season 7. Then it's Dunskies.
They said this last season.
No, but they've come out and said it though. They only said that last season because they weren't sure if they were going to get renewed. That's what they've been saying for like the last few seasons because they weren't sure if they were actually going to get picked up. They know they're going to get picked up and they're going to wrap it up. So now they know they have 2 seasons to bring this story to a close, which is brilliant that they have. Like, they're in the end game now, I guess you could say.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did it.
You dickhead.
I did it.
You dickhead.
Turn the show off.
We're done. Catch you later.
Yeah, so, season 7 is going to finish up, and I do think it's a good thing that they have that time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what's good about that is they can actually build something. They can get to something quite grand because that's one thing that the show never really did. I mean, they had the LMD arc. They had the
Goat Rider.
Goat Rider, just only rides goats.
It's fiery goats.
Yeah, fiery goats. Woo-wee.
Yep.
Goat curries, man. But they can pay that off because Phil Coulson has a debt to the Ghost Rider.
Yeah, and I think or didn't they kind of finish that off in season 5? Or isn't that kind of where he ended up? Is that he was paying off his debt
to the
Ghost
holiday.
Rider? I can't remember.
He was on holiday with Agent May at Tahiti.
No, but he had to leave, right? Because he was dying. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
He only went on holiday to like leave and die. But he's obviously not dying now.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen.
Imagine that. Like, you just go and spend all your money on this holiday. I'm dying.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh shit, I'm living.
Yeah, it's
I really shouldn't have done all that shit.
I really regret this whole thing. I'm happy for the show that it will likely be finishing on a high note.
Yeah. That's going to be good.
The other show that's coming to an end is a show I've never seen a single episode of, but I feel like it deserves a mention because it has been going since Jesus was an apprentice carpenter.
This is what he died for, apparently.
Jesus died so Supernatural could be made. Back in 32 AD or whatever it was. I don't even know when it was. But season 15 is going to be the last season of Supernatural, which I honestly thought they were closer to 20. I thought it was like they were like
15.
doing season 17 now.
15 doesn't impress you?
It's good.
Oh my God.
No, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Okay, let's go. How many episodes do you think they get a season?
Well, it's CW,
20.
so 22.
Okay, 22. They've done 300. That will be 330 episodes, right?
Oh, they should just stop it at 300, though, shouldn't they?
You would think so.
Yeah.
That's when The Simpsons
Being
should have
greedy.
stopped.
Well, look, sidebar. Sidebar. This is the court of law. The Simpsons initially, Matt Groening wanted to stop at 365. So he had a new episode for every day of the year.
Oh, yeah.
But now it's at episode like 782 and nothing makes sense anymore.
Yeah, and you just want to shoot yourself.
Yeah. Anyway, so congratulations to Supernatural for making it to 15 seasons. Congratulations to all the fans of Supernatural out there that have, stuck with Sam and Dean and, since the first episode, I'm assuming they were in.
I swear those boys haven't aged a day.
And they haven't aged.
They're both
Jared
beautiful.
Padalecki and Jensen Ackles both look as good as they did prior to even being cast in the show.
Indeed.
They haven't aged at all.
I really want to check that out. That might be something I'll go check out after it's all done and dusted.
Yeah, look, I think it will be very binge-worthy. I think you only need 100 episodes to have syndication of the show, which means they can air it forever.
Oh, really?
On repeat, yeah.
Ah.
So
that's why we will never, ever get rid of Seinfeld.
Well, that's exactly right. So the whole point of a show is to get picked up. And then they want to, all right, let's get a full season. All right, well, let's get, we got a full season, let's get a second season, et cetera, et cetera. And then when it becomes a reality, it's like, let's get 100 episodes so we can get syndication. Once we get syndication, that's money for life.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's a thing.
You're not sad? Arrow's got that.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? That's not too bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, congratulations to Supernatural. That's all we're going to talk about. Let's move on to, because pretty much we'll do two more stories.
Two more.
Two more stories.
One more each.
All right. Well, you pick yours first.
How about we talk about some Captain Marvel numbers?
Whoa, because pretty much by the time this episode goes out, or at least some point during that week, Captain Marvel is 100% definitely going to have crossed the $1 billion mark.
You reckon?
Oh, 1,000%. It's sitting at $911 or $918 million now on Thursday without worldwide weekend grossing.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, it's definitely going to
So
do
it's still got to get through the weekend. All it needs to do is, $89 million worldwide.
That's nothing.
This weekend. And it's 1,000% going to do that.
Yeah.
So,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's truly amazing.
$1 billion in 3 weeks of release is, I would say, unprecedented. I don't know if I ever would have thought that this movie was necessarily going to do $1 billion.
Yeah, it's quite surprising. But we're kind of getting movies like that. I mean, did you ever think Aquaman was going to be $1 billion movie?
Still don't think it should have been $1 billion movie.
You shut your damn mouth. You DC hater. You Marvel fanboy.
Oh, it's only going to get worse from here, pal.
What's this make you think that Shazam's going to get?
Well,
Because
see,
there's a
I
lot
think
more
Shazam's
hype.
going to struggle.
You reckon?
Yeah, I just have this thing in my head that it's not going to struggle, right? But I just don't think it's going to do massive numbers. And the reason for that is probably because, look, I know it's coming off the back of Aquaman, which is $1 billion movie and everyone seemed to at least enjoy, right? So it has the possibility that it could do it. I just feel the character itself, is it well known enough?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Shazam is like one of the oldest characters in the DC world.
Yeah, but
he hasn't got that following.
yeah.
And that's the thing.
So I just don't know. I mean, there's going to be a lot of fans that are going to go out and see it. And if it's good, which apparently, early reports are that it is quite good, there's going to be repeat viewings and stuff like that. I just don't know if it's going to capture like a wider audience, but I probably didn't think Captain Marvel was going to do that either. So really, what do I know?
Well, the thing is, Captain Marvel's probably an easier sell than what Shazam is, because kind of here's my pitches for both.
Okay.
You like Superman?
I do.
Yeah? Imagine a female Superman that can shoot lasers out her hands instead of her eyes.
That's cool. Does she have a mohawk by any chance?
You bet she does.
I'm fucking in.
Yeah.
All right.
Now Shazam.
Okay.
Hey, do you like
Superman? Yeah.
Imagine Superman, but he's magical.
Oh, he wouldn't happen to also be like a 13-year-old boy, would he?
Well, funny enough, he is.
Oh, nah.
Yeah.
That movie's shit. Now, look, I know what you're saying. Obviously being stupid, but I feel like it's going to 700s to 800s, but then like Suicide Squad made 700 something million.
Look, I'm going to go on the record and I'm going to say $1.13 billion.
All right, I'm going to say 880 million, but I hope I'm wrong because I really want this movie to be good.
And you know what?
I guess it does have the advantage of kind of being like a more family-oriented movie.
Absolutely. And that's where I think it's going to get that money, is because it's going to come out in those school holiday period.
That's true.
It's coming over that Easter weekend, I believe.
Coming all over that Easter weekend.
Oh, my goodness. And Captain Marvel, I'm going to be this guy. It had the Endgame boost.
Yeah, see, I don't...
And don't even say, like, you...
Well, I don't necessarily agree with it, because at what point do you think everybody was sitting there going, I kind of already know that Captain Marvel isn't in anything, but fuck me, do I want to see how this fits into Endgame?
Yeah.
I don't think they were doing that at all. I certainly didn't go in there going...
I reckon a good 50% of people did it.
To see how she ends up, where she ends up,
yeah,
and how...
You're damn fool if you think otherwise.
I don't know. I don't think there should be as much kind of like emphasis on that, because it kind of seems to take away a lot from the movie. Just people are going, oh, well, it's only because of that. You know what it's actually probably because of? There is fuck all at the box office.
Absolutely. There's nothing on at the moment.
And 2019 has been a terrible start to the year for the box office.
Correct.
To the point that Captain Marvel's $1 billion has effectively saved it from being a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
And Aquaman had the same thing. It was like, it came out in December though, so it had a bit more competition. It had that kind of like school holidays and Christmassy time.
But it didn't have anything around it.
But there wasn't anything that was like major. So, there was Mary Poppins Returns.
Yeah, but that flopped.
But who cares about that?
Flopped.
But you know what I mean? Like both are benefiting from the fact that there was nothing at the box office.
Yeah.
I would say that would be a more contributing factor than, say, the Endgame, whatever you called it. But yeah, who knows? Who cares? Let's talk about my thing, and we're going to finish on this. So the last thing I want to talk about, Cade.
Oh, is this what has lit up our Twitter feed this week? Because it has brought me so much damn joy. So much damn joy.
So Zack Snyder, Justice League director Zack Snyder, in case you don't know who he is, recently appeared at a Q&A after a screening of his 2009 film Watchmen, and had quite a few things to say when asked specific questions in regards to these things.
Because it seemed like your tweet made it sound like you didn't know he was asked questions.
Well, I think it's more like it's stupid that people think that someone can be on Twitter or on the internet and not know that this thing happened, which is bizarre. But it's more for the fact that it's kind of like how he just doesn't stop talking about it is kind of the point I was trying to get at. It's like there are only a small vocal minority that want to continue talking about Batman vs Superman and Justice League and all that sort of stuff.
Snyder Cut lives.
You know what I mean? But it seems like that it's just all I hear about. So it's kind of like that was my point for the tweet. You can look it up. No one cares.
Have a look. It's really funny.
But look, yeah, I got roasted over it. But it's like, you think I'm going to get upset about Snyder shills on Twitter roasting me about Zack Snyder? You can literally, you can go on Twitter and you can just put in your tweet, Zack Snyder, and you'll get roasted by Snyder shills. I'm just saying it right now.
Totally doesn't sound like you're affected by it. Anyway,
you brought it up. But so there's a couple of things that he spoke about. So he was asked, a bunch of questions. And one of the questions that he was asked is, like
what happened?
Yeah, like what happened, like why Batman kills was one of them. And he went on a bit of what I would call a tirade.
Oh, okay.
And kind of the effective message that people are taking away from this is that Zack Snyder is telling people to wake the fuck up. Their heroes kill. This is the world they live in. You need to deal with it.
Yeah.
And if you can't deal with that, you need to wake the fuck up.
Well, I mean, you look at Wonder Woman, absolutely a ruthless killer.
Yeah.
Superman, quite, I wouldn't say ruthless, but like did what he had to do.
Are you talking about Zack Snyder's movies though? Like, because you can't, that's a dumb comparison because they're his movies and he's the one that's saying you guys need to wake up. You need to look at like decades of comics as an example where these characters have lived with a motto,
don't kill.
Don't kill.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. You know what I mean? I don't think Superman killing Zod at the end of Man of Steel is a problem.
Either do I.
Like, I don't think it's an issue.
Yeah.
But I can understand why Batman kind of going on like a murderous rampage and using guns and being ultra violent and stuff like that can be an issue
ultra
with some
rad.
people. Because it looks great. Like it looks terrific on screen. You chuck a gun in Batman's hands and you're like, fuck yeah, that's badass. But it doesn't really talk much about the character. Because that's the whole point of the whole character is to not be the type of person that these villains are, right?
Oh, absolutely. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm also saying I really love this version of the Batman.
Look, it's fine. I liked it as well. Like, there are no issues. I don't have necessary issues with, Batman killing. I have issues with the way someone would turn around and say, this is my thing. If you can't fucking accept it, you need to wake the fuck up. This is the real world, kid. People kill in this world. You're a stupid kid. Wake up.
Did you say all that?
Effectively. Use the word fucking like 10 times.
Well, look, he's not wrong. But anyway, continue.
So he also said that there is no Snyder Cut of Justice League as it stands.
Yeah.
So
there's a Snyder Vision, there's not a Snyder Cut.
So you can all put that to bed, okay? He had an original script, but it never got filmed.
Yeah.
Right. And he also came out and said something along the lines of the fact that the movie that he would have made, not off the original script, but the one that he started making anyway, lies in kind of multiple different pieces with Warner Brothers. And Warner Brothers would effectively have to fund that being finalized
for it to happen. Yeah.
So there is every chance that they are not going to turn around and throw a bucket of money at something that has caused them effectively nothing but grief.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in the box office and critically and all that sort of stuff.
Unless it made a buttload of money.
It wouldn't though. That's the thing, because I think there are a handful of people that would scream for the Snyder Cut, like release the Snyder Cut. Remember, there were like 18 kids that turned up to that protest, but you know what I mean? But I think, if it came out, would I watch it? Hell yeah, I'd watch it. Do I want it? No, I don't need it. You know what I mean?
Do we need anything in this world?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we need that Snyder Cut.
We need Endgame. That's what we need. I need that Endgame in me. So effectively that isn't going to happen, but then reportedly, and this is probably the worst reporting I've ever heard in my life. So a fan has come out and said that Zack Snyder told him that there is a Snyder Cut, and just to be patient. So while this kid was getting something signed, he's told this kid that there is one.
And then he winked at him.
Well, even if he didn't wink.
And then he disappeared into the night.
Entertainment websites have run with this thing.
Wow.
And it's basically, Zack Snyder reportedly tells fan that there is a Snyder Cut.
Wow. Okay.
And I just, look, whether there is or there isn't, whether it's good or it's not, I'm done with it, man. Just put it to bed. Let's move on. Aquaman was enjoyable, right? Everyone had a good time with that.
Except you.
I had a good time with it. I never said I didn't. I just don't think...
You don't rate it.
I don't think it's a good movie.
Wow.
Right? I think it is...
You hate it.
I did.
Yes, you did.
In our scale, I said it was shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, I said I was split at the time. Because
and then you're like, no,
I think it's
definitely
I'm leaning more on shit. Wonder Woman was terrific, right? Shazam... It's unknown, but critically, it seems to be doing quite well. It's like 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, et cetera, all that sort of stuff. So I think the way it's heading is fine, right? I think we can leave the past behind and stop talking about Justice League and goddamn Batman vs. Superman. They're the only two movies that I have a big problem with. I think we need to leave those two alone, and also never mention Suicide Squad either.
Okay, fair call. Now, look, Troy, this is a perfect segue into what our listener feedback this was, and you asked actually.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder, good director or nah?
Yeah.
And what were the results of this one?
So, overwhelmingly positive for Zack Snyder. 87% of you said yes, 13% said no, and that's it. So you guys think he's a good director, and that's great.
If only you could see
I'm gonna leave it
like this massive rage vein in Troy's forehead right now. So I want to thank the listener community for that outstanding response to that poll. And thank you to all those people that expressed their opinions on that.
I just want to go on the record and say that while I have some obvious problems with Zack Snyder as a director, I think visually he's terrific, and I've always said that. And Man of Steel is one of my favorite comic book movies, and I've said that from the start, and it will go down as one of my all-time favorite comic book movies.
Fantastic.
So I'm not that much of a Snyder hater.
Hey, man, you do you.
I will.
Yeah, very good.
I will do me, regardless of what the internet tells me I can do with myself.
Seriously, go jump on our Twitter and check out those responses. They are fantastic. But for now, that's the show. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, especially this last 5 to 10 minutes, because
what? Fuck you too.
I'm wetting my pants.
We will be back next week. We are going to have a bit of an Avengers Endgame special.
Yes, we are.
In the lead up to having to do like 48 movie reviews in a row.
Oh my goodness.
But we are going to do an Avengers Endgame special. We are going to have a special guest if the stars align.
I think the stars have aligned quite well, but we're going to keep that under wraps until Monday.
That's right. In the meantime, if you want access to previous episodes and the other fantastic shows on our network, head to our website, That's ccradio.com.au. You know? That's all you got to do, baby.
Just go there.
Just go there.
Heaps of other good shows on that website too.
Yeah, like what? Say it. I know you want to say it.
The Countdown. It's a really good movie. Paul and Wayne.
The Countdown is a really good movie.
Is a really good podcast.
It's a movie podcast.
Yeah, it's a movie and TV show podcast.
One of my favorites. So if you do give a damn about my opinion after today's episode, definitely go and check out the Countdown Movie and TV Review podcast. There's also Potterheads and goddamn Believe.
Really good show. If you like scary, paranormal, or UFO stuff, come check out my new podcast, Believe.
I've heard nothing but good things from you personally.
Hey, man. It's got its own listener community now.
Oh, God.
It's starting to thrive. It's its own living creature.
Look, and more power to you all for having a platform to discuss just
spooky
ridiculous shit. Thanks for listening. I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for listening. As always, I am Troy.
I'm Kay.
And this has been Comic Confidential.
Snyder Cut lives.
Peace.